Hey guys, it's Monique from Vegan Living 24/7. I've been vegan for 2 years now, and I just wanted to make a couple videos about the pros and the cons of veganism. I just want to be completely honest about my own journey, my own personal journey, about what I've been going through, and I just find that a lot of people, when they're asked about veganism, they always just like talk about all the great things, and sometimes I wonder if it gets to the point where some people are lying because they just want so badly for people to go vegan that they just say all the good things that they've heard of that can happen when you go vegan. But who knows, maybe those things did happen to those people. Like, you never really know what everyone's journey really is. I just wanted to share the cons, so I guess the things that I hate or the things that I have struggled with in this video, and then I will do a separate video on the pros, the things that I really love about veganism. So I just wanted to be very honest about everything, and also I didn't want to make this video to be just me complaining about what I don't like about veganism. I wanted to share some tips on how you can make your own transition to be a little bit easier if you're considering going vegan yourself, because you might go through the same struggles that I've went through, and you might be wondering, like, how come nobody told me about these things? Like, I don't know what to do. Oh, I'm just gonna give up. Well, you know what, like, a lot of the things that I went through in the beginning, like, you have to be patient with yourself and just give yourself time, and things get better. They really do. So I went vegan about October 12th or October 14th, 2015. I'm not entirely sure the exact date. I just know that October 12th, 2015 was a Monday. It was Thanksgiving Monday here in Canada. And basically there was a video footage, I think really late at night, that I saw. I was just scrolling through Facebook, and it was shared by Compassion Over Killing, and it was basically baby male turkeys getting ground up alive. They get put on a conveyor belt and then get ground up alive, and some of them get put into like a bag just to be suffocated to get to death with like a whole bunch of other ones. And that's what happens to like turkeys and chickens in the egg industry. And I just remember just being so upset about this that I actually, like, I think I blacked out a little bit in anger. I was just so angry. I just couldn't believe, like, how can humans do something like that, and how can that be considered humane and all that. So yeah, and then basically I started asking my only vegan girlfriend that I knew a whole bunch of questions, and then I think October 14th was the date that I said that I was officially going to try it out. So I think that basically I took a day to like kind of mull things over and do a little bit more research. By the way, I don't know, is it like distracting seeing me in glasses, like in this lighting? Like, is there a big glare? I can't really tell. Is this better? I would like to have feedback on this so that I know for future videos. I'm used to seeing myself with glasses, but you know, I don't know. Anyways, I'm just gonna keep the glasses on for this one, but let me know if it's like distracting and if the glare is too distracting, or if this would be better. Alright, let's get into the video, alright? So the very first struggle, I guess you would say, that I went through with having gone vegan was when I told my boyfriend that I wanted to go vegan. He was a little upset, I guess you could say. He's come a very long way now over these 2 years, to the point where he's actually like excited to tell me when he's had a completely vegan day. Like, he's still not vegan and he doesn't really want to go vegan, but yeah, so it's been like a complete turnaround. But in the very beginning, when I told him that I wanted to go vegan, I just remember him being like really sad and talking about how basically he was just upset that like his vision of us having like turkey dinners wasn't gonna happen, like with me being the one to like cook like the turkey dinner and that sort of thing. He realized that that was never gonna happen. And just as like to explain that a little bit further, I've never actually cooked a turkey on my own. Like, there was one time Jeff and I had made a turkey dinner together, and he was the one that took care of the turkey, and then I like cooked like all the vegetables and all that kind of stuff. But yeah, I didn't know what to do, like how to cook a turkey properly. So I left that up to him, and yeah, so I think he was a little bit devastated or sad or whatever about that. And I just remember feeling really hurt that something that I felt so passionate about, like something that had upset me so much, to like see that footage online, and then I wanted to go and share it with him. and share how I didn't want to eat animals anymore or any of their the byproducts. And yeah, it was a little bit hard. And so I guess my tips for that would be that to give it time, because like I've been with Jeff for like 7.5 years before I decided to go vegan. Like in March 2018, it will be 10 years that we're together. So, 7.5 years, I just didn't want to like give up on a relationship just because he wasn't ready to go vegan right away, just like me. So yeah, my tips on that would be just to like always talk things out. Don't be pushy. Don't tell the person that, oh, you have to go vegan, you have to make this choice right now, kind of thing. I mean, if that's what you want to do, then that's what you want to do, right? But like for me, that wouldn't work. So yeah, we always talk things out, and I give him time to process things. We've watched a lot of documentaries together. I've taken him to some farm sanctuaries. We did some yoga over the summer, and he really bonded with some of the animals there, so that was pretty cool. And yeah, I guess that was one, like, a little bit of a hurdle, and every now and then it can be a bit of a struggle. Like, I feel like sometimes we struggle with talking about certain things, but I feel like it's gotten so much better, and that we just have a really good understanding and appreciation for each other, and we still love each other a lot. So yeah, I feel like that's not really an issue anymore, or not as much as it used to be. I feel like the situation is going to be a little bit different for everyone, for each individual. For like some people will have kids and everything, and maybe they're in their teens and when they decide to go vegan, and sometimes like I can understand that there would be a lot more difficulties in that. I think it's important to set boundaries and guidelines and just, like I said, talk it out. So basically in the beginning I decided that I wasn't comfortable with cooking animal products anymore or purchasing them, and then after I had washed one of his egg pans, and like I thought it would be okay, but like the little bits of egg floating in the water just totally grossed me out for some reason. And so I told him that I didn't want to wash his egg or bacon pans anymore, and I remember him being a little bit upset with that because he was like, I feel like you're just doing this just to make it harder for me to like not be vegan, kind of thing. And I was like, no, it just really actually does gross me out. So I think it's just important to really talk about what is making you uncomfortable and just to set those kind of boundaries. And once you do that, I feel like that's what makes it a lot easier to live with a non-vegan. My very next struggle that I went through was grocery shopping as a new vegan. I would say it took about 2 weeks of, like, I mean, I wasn't shopping every single day, but after about 2 weeks of grocery shopping, I felt like I had it down packed. But basically, in the beginning, it's a little bit overwhelming, so I would suggest going when you're like not super hungry and when you have like a little bit of extra time, like maybe an extra 30 minutes to spare. Maybe go shopping by yourself if you have a spouse that gets impatient. I don't know. I was lucky and Jeff was fairly patient with me, and he would help me and you would go through the ingredients, but sometimes I would just go by myself just because I wanted that extra time to learn. Because basically what you're doing is you're looking at the ingredients on like packaged foods. I mean, unless you're just buying whole foods, then that makes life so much simpler. But if you're buying like packaged foods and stuff and you're just like, wait, what is lactate? What is lactic acid? And you're like, is that vegan? And like, yeah, that is vegan, by the way. Lactose isn't, but like lactic is. So yeah, that's one tip. And if it says may contains, so may contains eggs or dairy or honey or whatever, then that just means it's made in a facility that makes those products, and that there might be cross-contamination. So then people that have like really high allergies to those things, they should be aware of that and maybe not purchase that product. But those products are still vegan. And also unsweetened chocolate, that is vegan, yes. So you'll learn that like cacao powder is the most pure form of chocolate. Actually, maybe you won't learn that, but now you know. It's kind of funny. There's a lot of people that I was asking on a vegan group. I'm like, where do I find cacao powder? And everybody thought I meant cocoa powder, and I'm like, no. Cocoa powder is like more processed. But anyways, so unsweetened chocolate is vegan. So that means like a lot of like semi-sweet chocolate chips and stuff like that, it's already vegan. So you don't have to go and buy some specialty chocolate chips. Like, screw that. All right. By the way, speaking of chocolate, did you know that mosquitoes are useful for something in Costa Rica? They spread the cacao bean. Yes. So I guess they do have a purpose besides sucking your blood. So like I said, while I was overwhelmed at first grocery shopping because you just don't know what to purchase, after about a couple of weeks you start to you start to learn the different ingredients that are vegan and aren't vegan, such as gelatin being from boiled bone and skin from cows and pigs. Yep, and then it makes a jelly substance, and it's often found in candy. That's not vegan, obviously. And then like just like a whole bunch of like really weird things like that. There's also like E-numbers. I hate that. Whenever I see an E-number, I just put it back. I'm just like, I don't have time for this. I don't want to memorize all this crap. So I just put that back, which is probably a good thing because it's probably not good for you anyways. Not that I really care about that. I do eat vegan junk food. Yep. So moving on to my third struggle as a new vegan was for the Halloween Howler. I didn't realize that was a tongue twister. Okay. So that's basically just this concert where like bigger named bands come and they perform for you. Like, yeah, it's just a concert and basically you get dressed up for Halloween. And yeah, so that was the first one that I had ever gone to, and I wasn't really thinking about it on the way there. We took the train down, and then as we were walking from the train to the venue, I realized like, oh my god, like that venue, I'm pretty sure they only have like hot dogs, popcorn, and pizza the last time we were there, and I'm like, I don't think any of those are vegan. By the way, I'm talking about Shaw Conference Center for those of you that live in Edmonton. I have reached out to Shaw Conference Center, and apparently their popcorn's vegan. Oh my god. Just like Cineplex movie theaters. Oh my god. They use like a salt flavored, no wait, a butter flavored salt? Yes, that's what it is. That's what they use in Cineplex theater anyway. So apparently they've changed it back and forth, so it's always good to like double check first of all before you just take my word for it, because who knows, maybe 5 years down the road they'll add the whey powder back into it. So yeah, like on the way to the venue, I realized I don't know if I'm gonna be able to eat anything there, and I'm actually kind of hungry right now. And we were actually already running late because I was taking time like getting all done up and everything like that, and I was just being slow and lazy and just not super motivated to go for some reason. And so my boyfriend was already impatient with me for that, and so when I was like, crap, what am I gonna eat? I'm like, can we stop in the Starbucks real quick and like I can eat something? And he was a little bit impatient with that, but he was understanding afterwards. But anyways, I found a salad there, and even the salad dressing was vegan. Woohoo! Yay! So yeah, my learning experience from that and what I would like to take from that and give to you guys would be to just think things out a little bit, like pre-plan. So what I like to do now is I always put nuts or granola bars or dried fruit, that sort of thing, in my purse. If you're a dude or just someone that doesn't carry a purse around with you, you can like have a handbag, have a jacket with like a zippered pocket and just have stuff like that in there. If you have a car, just put it in your glove box. You know, just always have like ready to eat snacks on hand. Like you could bring fruit and vegetables, like produce, but like then you'd have to make sure to like eat it within a few days. Otherwise, you know, if you forget that you have an apple or banana in your car, it might start to smell after a while, you know. So yeah. So that would be my tip for you, is just to like make sure to just think things out a little bit more. So yes, I realize that's a little bit more of a hassle because than just not having to think about anything when you're not vegan. But for me, it's worth it, and I wouldn't change it for a thing. It's really not that hard to like have to think that out. So sometimes I do get hangry, you know, hungry plus angry, when I haven't thought things through and I'm just in a predicament like that. And so there's been a few times that I've struggled with that, but you know, it doesn't happen that often because for the most part I do usually have almonds or like a granola bar in my purse. And keeping in mind that that was only like 2 weeks after I went vegan when that happened. So that was a little bit of a learning curve for me, and I learned it pretty quickly. And from then on, I've been doing pretty good with that. Excuse me, sorry. So the next thing that I ended up struggling with for going vegan, the fourth thing I guess on the list, is that I was getting some uncomfortable bloating and really smelly farts. So I was working in a construction job at the time, and it was really embarrassing. because like I was the new vegan and oh my god, the vegan has really smelly farts, stay away. Like it was really embarrassing. After doing a little bit of research and like asking questions on some vegan support groups that I'm on, some people were saying because like I was eating a lot of dried apricots because I was trying to eat enough so that I would get like enough iron for the day or whatever, and also they taste really good. So basically dried fruit can cause bloating and discomfort and make you gassy. And also I think I had taken out something else. I don't really know what else it was at the same time, but I would also suggest to limit your amount. So limit your amount on dried fruits, but also limit your amount on cruciferous vegetables. Did I say that right? So broccoli and cauliflower, they're quite high in fiber and they will make you really gassy. So while cauliflower wings are seriously the bomb.com, yum, they'll make you really stinky. So especially when you first go vegan, your body's still adjusting to it. So even if you like avoid those things that I'm telling you to avoid, you might still find yourself a little bit bloated and gassy. But what I would do is just write a little food journal. That's what I did. I also did that just to like kind of track, just to see. I was curious like if I was getting like enough nutrition or whatever. Like, I don't know, I was getting a little bit nervous about it. So just write a little food journal about the different things that you're eating, and then right beside it like how you're feeling that day. And I mean, it might be good to note like if you slept well and like had enough water and that sort of thing, because those things will affect how you feel too. Usually when you're going from a non-vegan to a vegan, you're introducing a lot more fibers into your diet, so you will most likely be gassy and just poop a lot more often. Yeah, but the poop usually comes out a lot easier and faster, so that's always great. Sorry if this is too much information, but I'm just telling you what you're gonna experience, okay? But the good news about this is that like that did pass, like, and I haven't really talked to anyone that still feels bloated and gassy all the time from being vegan. It just happens sometimes, like say if you eat lots of cauliflower, for example, or something like that. So good news is that the gas will pass. Yay! Apparently some people call that like the detox phase, because sometimes you feel crappy before you feel better, like when you go from like non-vegan to vegan. I haven't really looked into detox stuff that much, so I don't really have anything to say for or against it. But yeah, apparently like you can just feel like really crappy and then for like a week or two, and then it kind of just goes away. So that's good to know. Woohoo!